Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Tease Talk Time. I'm your host, Teresa Smith, and today's episode is entitled Go and Get It. What is your goal? What do you want to do? Where do you want to be in life now or 5 years from now? Start preparing for it. Devise a plan. Research. Gather the tools you will need. Then do it. Don't sit around and just wait for luck to find you. Don't wait for someone to discover you and your talents. Go on displaying your talents and offering your services. Cause yourself to be discovered. Don't hesitate or wait for encouragement. Encourage yourself. Be real with yourself first. If you know that you have what it takes, don't let anyone talk you out of it. If you don't have what it takes, practice that skill until you do have it. There are no real limits to what you can do other than the limits we put on ourselves. Live a limitless life. Stay positive. Surround yourself with positive people who build you up instead of putting you down. Let the voice in your head match the voices of your supporters. Be a positive force in this world. Build, don't destroy. I remember when I started out on my journey to become a teacher. I had no close family members in that field. I didn't come from an affluent background either. But that didn't stop me. See, I always believed I could be whatever I wanted to be. I've always been a dreamer, even a daydreamer. I'd see myself as a dancer, a singer, a lawyer, a teacher. In my elementary school, we had a motto. It stated, never say I can't, always say I'll try. I took the tools and skills I had and used them to achieve my dream. And you can too. Right now, I'm living my dream of becoming a writer after retiring from teaching. Again, I had no close friends or family members in this field. So I continuously research, practice, and take chances through self-publication, thus making my dream a reality. Now you go ahead. Go and get your dream too. And next, I'll have an interview segment this week about setting goals and achieving goals. So stay tuned for that. Hello everyone, and we're back at Tease Talk Time, and this is your host, Teresa Smith. This is the interview segment, and today I have a very, very special guest with me. So I'll just let him introduce himself.
Hello everyone, I am the son of the host, and I'm happy to be on her podcast today.
So earlier this week, we were talking about making goals, setting goals for ourselves, and how we would go about achieving them. So what I want to know from you today is, what are some of your goals?
Well, some of my goals are getting more better in basketball, learning how to play the saxophone more better, and getting more better grades this year.
Wow, those are some great goals. You sound like you're really focused. So my next question is, how do you plan to achieve those goals? Because you have like multiple goals. Some people set one big goal for themselves, but you have set multiple goals. So how will you go about achieving your goals?
Well, I will achieve my goals by practicing, just like straight practice and hard work, because like you can't get better by just not doing nothing. No, you have to practice and give in the hard work. You just like all the professionals out there, they didn't became professional for like just standing around. They literally practiced, they gave it their all, and they were willing to put in that hard work. And that's what it means to be like a hard worker, and just, becoming a professional at it.
Yes. So let's be specific now. With regard to you getting better at your schoolwork, what are some things that you're planning to do to achieve that particular goal?
Well, I would have to study more in my books, pay attention more in school, and just be an all around good student.
Very good. And so, how are you planning to achieve the goal that you set for yourself with becoming a better basketball player?
Well, I would have to work on my free throws, work on my 3 pointers, and like play with more of my friends, start up games and stuff, because like I can't just, sit around and just think that, I'm gonna be the best basketball player. No, I have to like, actually play, and put in the hard work and effort to become a great basketball player. Like all the professionals, like LeBron James, he started from middle school all the way to like the NBA. Like he didn't even go to college, and like he just flew.
Wow, but like you said, he put in the work. He really practiced a lot, and he made sure that he sharpened his skills
Yeah.
so he could get there. So what about this goal that you have for becoming a better saxophone player?
Well, at school, I was assigned to play the saxophone, and in the beginning, I kind of felt like, what can I say? I didn't really feel like I wanted to play at all. I thought I would like be bad, but like once I started to learn more about music in a way, and like listening to music and hearing what my teacher has to say, I actually started to get a little bit more better. I felt like more of like kind of like a musician, but still that doesn't mean that I could just leave that alone. I still have to practice and keep on going, so I could become more better, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do know what you're saying. And I think that all of these goals that you've set for yourself are achievable goals, especially with the positive attitude you have going forward. That at first, like in the beginning, you didn't really want to maybe play that particular instrument and you didn't choose it, but the music teacher chose it for you, and you decided that you would make the best of it and practice. I know you have even been practicing at home, and to become a better saxophone player, this year. So I think that every goal is achievable that we set for ourselves. But as you said, you must put in the work, and you have to stay positive, because there will be valleys when you're working toward goals. There might be times when you don't do as well, or when you're practicing and you don't get a lot of shots in basketball, but you keep trying and be persistent, and you can achieve those goals. So I'm so glad that you joined me here today on my podcast. I'm so proud to introduce my son to my listening audience, and hopefully you'll be back sometime soon, and you can join me in a segment again. So we're going to say good night because it's getting late and tomorrow's a school day. So we both need our rest. But we just want you guys to remember that you can go out there and set goals for yourself and have dreams and achieve them. And it doesn't matter what your age. It doesn't matter if you're a young child, a teen like my son, or a person who's retired like myself. You don't give up dreaming. You never give up dreaming, and you never let your dreams die. So this has been your host, Teresa Smith, at Tease Talk Time. And I hope that you have an incredible week. So we're going to say good night now.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, and we'll talk to you later.